Hi everyone, this is Keith Washington with CPA Site Solutions. We have about a minute before we get started with the presentation, but I wanted you to be able to hear a voice. So hopefully you're able to hear my voice, and I'll let you know that you are in the right place. This is a presentation, we call it a seminar about reputation marketing, and we're going to start in about 2 minutes. I want to make sure we have as many people join as possible. So I will let you know as soon as we're ready to start. Thank you. Just a minute ago, my name is Keith Washington. I'm the VP of Products here at CPA Site Solutions, and I'm going to be joined by Colin Delphia, who's a product developer on our team, and we're here to talk, just to spend maybe 20 or 30 minutes to talk about an exciting new feature that we're adding, or we have added to our CPA Site Solutions product family and for your websites, reputation marketing. So I really appreciate everyone who's taken the time out to participate or listen to this webinar. A couple of things before we get started. Number one, this webinar is being recorded. So you don't have to take notes, you don't have to copy slides or do print screens. All you have to do is listen and engage, and we will make sure that everyone who has signed up for the webinar gets this webinar, as well as if you are interested in any of the other webinars that we've conducted over the past year, you can find them in our library on our cpasitesolutions.com website. Number two, I am unable to hear you. You can hear me, but I can't hear you. But we have an ability for you to ask questions online. In your panel, your GoToWebinar panel, you'll see a section called Questions. And throughout the webinar, and it should be about 20 minutes, as I said, you can ask questions, and I will, or Colin will, answer them to everyone at the end of the session, or I'll answer them online to everyone during the session, or we will leave enough time to answer questions at the end. And if you have a question about your particular situation or questions about your particular website, I will answer them, or we can answer them directly to you on the online system. So even though you can't hear me, we can still interact in that way. At the end of this presentation, I believe, as with all of our webinars, we have a quick survey. It's usually a 2-question survey. So when you are done listening or exit the webinar, you will see a survey pop up, and we really appreciate anyone who responds to that and to give us, as much information as possible to help us continue to provide better webinars for you, a better service to you. So let's get started in earnest. This is a webinar, a seminar about reputation marketing, and really I'm just going to spend a few minutes talking about why we built this solution and what it means to you, and the importance of getting reviews and managing what people say about you, and how CPA Site Solutions is now offering you help in this, what we believe, important component of marketing your firm online. And then Colin is going to show you how quickly you can set up this feature on your website. So our agenda is really brief. I'm just going to give an overview about today's forms of advertising, maybe just to eliminate some myths or really keep everyone up to date about what's going on with digital or online marketing. I'll spend a little bit of time with some important facts about managing your online reputation. And then we're going to take a look at the feature and how you can set it up through a demonstration, and really, follow up with any questions that you may have. As most of you know, there are a lot of different ways to do advertising, and really advertising is designed to get leads to help you get clients. And if you've been in business and had your firm for any point of time, you know that it is a challenge and an important thing to do, especially as tax season rolls around, to not only keep the clients that you have, but also to find ways to get more clients. And if you talk to anyone in business, especially in a small business like accounting, they will say most of my clients come from word of mouth. I get them from referrals or from word of mouth. There are other ways. networking, whether you go to Chamber of Commerce events or you go to different groups so that you can let people know about your firm. Events or event sponsorships. Many of you still use direct mail or flyers, print ads, TV, radio ads, and other lead generation methods. Most of these things are still popular today and still important, but looking at word of mouth and referrals, word of mouth and referrals are no longer just Aunt Mary talking about your firm and her great experience to the family during Thanksgiving dinner. Now, it's Aunt Mary maybe talking to her friends and family, but also leaving a review about your practice online. In fact, word of mouth and clients or potential clients establishing what good service is and a good firm is so much more powerful, the most powerful online social tool that there is in the industry. The most common online marketing tools as compared to traditional, your website is most important. You have to have, this is what I call your online shingle, so that when people are interested in your firm, whether they hear about it or they read about it online through social media or they see a review, the first thing they're going to do if they're interested is to go to your website. And a professional website speaks to you about how you are as a firm. And so having a professional current website is important. But people also go to Facebook. If you make sure you go to your Facebook for Business page or your Google Plus page or Twitter. Some people look at YouTube. But Yelp is also important, as well as very small Pinterest. But when you look at these online marketing tools, all of them are vehicles for clients to comment, to praise, to complain, and even recommend your firm to tens, hundreds, or even thousands of people who might be interested in your service. And so if you think about online marketing and you think about reviews, you have to realize that there are many ways that people are coming in and talking about your firm. And so we put together this webinar to help you come away with this session understanding and having a deeper understanding of how you can use reviews and reputation as a marketing strategy to get more clients. Some quick stats on online reviews, and it's really interesting that the internet is really now become a small business marketing machine. And don't be fooled. Over time, Google, Facebook, and even Twitter will find a way to make sure that they make money on it. That's why Google emphasized and built up a search engine so that people would pay to be able to be found on the internet. By 2017, there'll be more internet traffic than all prior years on the internet together, combined. That means it is really turned around into a marketing machine. There are 16 million searches per month for small businesses. And when you think about reviews, because you do the same thing when you're looking for a restaurant or maybe a car repair shop or maybe any other service that you want, consumers read an average of 4 online reviews before choosing a firm or a service. That's really important. And you want people to be able to read happy reviews or positive reviews about you. 79% of people reading reviews trust reviews as much as they would trust a personal recommendation of a family or a friend. That's really powerful to me. As a matter of fact, I was talking to a client of ours about this particular topic, and I was saying to him that he said, well, all of the people, really, I get my reviews from other people talking about me. And I said, here's what happens. I hear about your firm, and I say, from a friend of mine, I potentially hear about Jones CPA firm. You got to go see Jones. He's great. What do? I do trust that that person is right, but I also go online and I look at their website and I read the reviews. And if there is anything in conflict, perceived conflict with what my friend said, I may not come to see that firm. I may choose that that's good advice, but I'm looking around and seeing that, well, there's some other data that's making me think that maybe this isn't a firm that I want to work with. Where are clients talking about your firm online? Well, they're talking about it on your website. when they look at your website, they're talking about you on Google. They're talking about you on Yelp, on Bing, on Angie's List more and more. We're finding that happening. City Search, Merchant Circle, Yahoo Local. All of these are sites where people are talking about your firm, and you need to be able to know what people are saying about your firm, and more importantly, you need to be able to make sure that your message from your happy clients is getting out to the world. So we introduced a new feature for CPA Site Solutions that's called reputation marketing. And this feature allows you to do a number of great things. Number one, your clients, people who you have just engaged with, can easily write and submit a review right from your firm's website. So all they have to do is go to your website, go to the reviews page, and they can write a review, whether it's positive or negative, but they can write a review. Number two, happy clients, clients that post a 4 or 5 stars, can easily post that review on other sites. Too often, you may ask someone for a review, or a client is engaged in sending a review, but you don't actually get to see it, or they don't go follow through. We've made it easy for clients who have positive experiences to say, why don't you leave that same review, copy the information, and leave it on my Yelp page, or leave it on my Google Plus page, so that they now have a place for them to be able to express how happy they are with your service. If you have a client that is unhappy, you will get an email about that review, or all reviews, and then you can respond directly. So that leads to number 3. You get to monitor every review that comes into your website. So rather than having your clients leave a review on Yelp, and whether or not you actually go on Yelp or leave a review on Google Plus and you happen to forget it, you now get the notification, and you get an email, and all of the reviews are stored in your portal in a review manager, so that when someone submits a review, you can then decide if you want to display it on your website. So if for example, Josh in San Diego leaves a great review about you, you can now publish that review right on your reviews page, and then when the next prospective clients come in, they can easily see what it's like to work with your firm, what it's like to work right from, what sense of your firm is, or what people are saying about your firm right from your website. Probably the most exciting thing for you that I'll say is that we've added this new feature free for all CPA Site Solutions firms. That means you don't, this is not an extra charge. It is something that we consider as a key component of your website, and a value add solution for you, so that you can start to get reviews and pull traffic into your website, which, by the way, adds more SEO. As more people are going to your website, it adds more popularity to your website. So I hope you can get a sense of these really 4 important points, and I just want to make sure I go through them again. Clients can write reviews and submit reviews right to you or in your firm's website. Clients can post the reviews on other sites. You get a chance to monitor and then publish reviews very quickly, and then new clients can easily see the reviews that you have. So probably, other than the fact that it's included, it's not required, by the way. This is an option that you have to turn on, because we don't want to turn it on for anyone who doesn't want this feature. And Colin's going to show you how to do that. But probably more exciting is that it's easy to do. And so Colin's going to spend just a minute to show you how easy it is to set it up. I'm going to give him the opportunity to share his screen.
All right, let me go ahead and share my screen now. Okay, are we all good?
We are, thanks,
Colin. Okay, thanks, Keith. So what we're going to go over here, 3 simple things. First, we're going to add the page to your website. Second, we're going to go ahead and just go through the steps of writing one of those sample reviews. And then finally, we're going to take a look in the review manager and see what one of those reviews looks like and how you publish it to your site. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and log into our portal. Once we've accessed our portal, to make any changes to your website, you're going to go ahead and open up the site manager. And once the Site Manager has been opened, this new page is really simple to add. You just click on our Add Page button, locate the Client Reviews page, and click Add. Then once the page is added, it's going to be like any of our other pages. We're going to have a custom WYSIWYG area that you can edit. It does come loaded with some default language here, but that can be changed to better fit your needs. The second portion, this is the part that we've all programmed to actually perform the functionality of all the forms and submissions for your reviews. So once we publish this on a live website, it's going to look like this right here. So here's that same WYSIWYG area that you have access to edit to, and then right here below is going to be all of the content that's automatically generated in that small black text area. And then finally at the very bottom, we're going to have a list of all of the published reviews that you have chosen and selected to show to your clients. So to write a review, all of the fields are going to be required. The first one up here is going to be the actual rating. As we said before, a 4 or 5 star rating will give your clients a chance to additionally post that feed on your selected social media networks in your review sites such as Facebook, Bing, and Yelp. And a 3-star review, they won't get those options to spread that around, but it'll still send a notification to you, giving you a chance to respond back and see what you could do to maybe turn that 3-star review back into a 5-star review. So we're going to go ahead and give our own website a nice 5-star review. Right here, this is going to be the body of your review. This was a great experience. Next is just going to be the first name of your client, where they're from, and their email address. Now, this email address is never going to be shared publicly on your website. This is just so that you can reach back out to your clients. So next, we're going to submit the review. And then here pops up a quick thank you message, the review that they wrote, and then the options to share their review on the social media websites that you've set up. And then again, we've got the list of previous reviews that you've published. So if you just follow the steps of clicking here to copy the review, and then clicking on one of these buttons, it'll bring you directly to your social media website where the client can then share their experience. So here on our CPA Site Solutions website, if they were logged in, they would be able to, right here, write a review. Unfortunately, I'm not logged into Facebook right now, but they would be able to write the review right here and publish it and put it right on your Facebook page. Now, since we just submitted a review, let's go ahead and take a look at the portal. Up here, we can see that there's a new alert saying that we have a new review that's pending, meaning that somebody has recently published it and somebody has recently submitted a review, and it is waiting for you to take further actions on hiding it or publishing it. So we can either launch the Review Manager from the Applications menu, or if you go into the alerts, there's an additional alert option to send to open up the Review Manager. And right here we can see the review that we just submitted, saying this was a great experience. We've got a couple different actions for this review. We can either publish it to our live website and get it in that list of other reviews that we had earlier. We can hide it so that it is no longer in our new reviews section, but it is also no longer going to show up on the website either. And finally, this remove is just going to completely remove it. Let's say maybe somebody put junk mail or something that got submitted to it. Very rarely will that happen, but there's still the option to remove it so that you no longer see it. So any changes that we do make with these buttons will happen as soon as you make them. So if you publish one of our reviews, it's going to first move over into this published bucket over here, and then it's also going to show up live on your website instantly. You won't have to navigate back to your the portal and then back into the Site Manager and then republish. Everything's just on the fly. And then again, if we then choose that maybe this is a little bit of a dated review, I made this one earlier today, maybe we don't want to show that anymore, we can hide it, and now it's no longer going to display on our website, but it's still in here. Maybe in the future you'd like to revisit and republish it. And then the final piece on each of these review items is this little click here to reply to the reviewer's email. Doing that will use that email field that they filled out earlier and then send them an email and give you the options to reaching back out to your client easily. And then the final piece of the Review Manager console is the settings page. So there's two main sections in here, the notification settings. This is who is going to get notified when somebody fills out a review. This email should be something that's checked regularly, as this is going to be your main notification on when you need to log into the Review Manager, when you need to make changes to it and publish and hide those reviews. And finally down here, we have 4 main just default suggestions on social media settings. These are the buttons that pop up after somebody has written a 4 or 5-star review and allows them to post to your additional social media websites. If these 4 are not fitting your needs, you can go ahead and add as many extra websites as you'd like. We can also add like a second Yelp if we have 2 different Yelp pages. The left field right here is going to be the name of the social media website and what you want it to show up as a button. And then this is going to be the address field that you just fill out with a direct link to your account firm, or your firm's actual URL on Yelp. After you've made those changes, you just click Save. And then again, anytime you make a change within this manager, it instantly goes live to your live website. So if somebody were to go to my website again and check and submit a review, they would now see this extra Yelp 2 button show up. I think that's all. I'm going to go ahead and turn it back over to Keith.
Great, thanks, Colin. Just a couple of things that, let me make sure you should be able to see my screen now. And Colin, you can just yell at me if that didn't happen. Just a couple of things I want to say at the end, and I see we really have a few questions already, but a couple of things that we may not have pointed out. If you're a gold or platinum customer, we will help you set this up. All you have to do is send us an email or give you a call, and we'll take a few minutes and set it up with you. So don't hesitate to do that. If you're silver, hopefully you can either upgrade, or it's not difficult to do it by yourself. A lot of you already are experts at being able to navigate through the Site Manager on your own, but if you need help, please don't hesitate to call us. And I hope you're able to see that, first of all, positive reviews. And you should, I think you already know this, positive reviews are an important component of your online marketing strategy. And now you can capture feedback and show positive reviews right on your website. And so if you have any questions, and I think you all also know that CPA Site Solutions, most of you know us as your website provider, but we also do search engine optimization, pay-per-click, social media management. We really want to be your online marketing partner to help you get more clients. This new feature, reputation marketing, is another way that we are trying to help you get more clients and showcase the great firm that you are. So we're going to take a minute to take a look at the questions. As I said at the top of the meeting, you can ask questions in the questions panel, and we'll take a look at them. And if there are questions that are appropriate for me to answer online, we'll do that. So let me take a look at them really quickly, and don't hesitate to ask questions. So here's a really good question by one customer that says, after a client posts a review, Can CPA Site Solutions owner post the review to social media sites, or does the client have to post it to social media sites? That's a really good question, and the answer is the client need to post the review, because if you're posting reviews, then Yelp or Google or Facebook will see that you're just doing this to self-promote. So that's why we provided the links to your site so the client can easily post it. You cannot and should not, because it'll just come from you, take and copy someone's review and post it on their behalf. It's really important that the client actually post the review on a social media site or outside sites on their own. So here's another question. It says, if we decide to delete a review, but we also have to delete it on our social media sites separately. So on Yelp, you can't just easily delete a review. If you have a review on Facebook, it's your own page. I presume that you can delete the review. But if you want to delete a review, or you really just unpublish it for your website if you don't want it to show up on your website. Or you can delete it permanently. But once a review is on an outside review site, I don't think it's easy, or Yelp or Google Plus wants you just to delete the review. By the way, and I think I have another webinar about reputation. I'm sure our company does. You should really make sure that you understand how to manage your reputation. First of all, this tool that we're providing to you gives people a vehicle, your clients a vehicle to post reviews, but you always want to encourage them to go to your website. Have a card in your firm and say, hey, don't forget to go to my website if you're happy, and leave me a review. That way you're starting to capture the feedback rather than waiting for them to post on an outside review site. If you get a negative review or even a positive review on an outside review site like Yelp or Google+, make sure you respond to it. Positive or negatively, or whatever, however the review is, because you want to show other prospective clients that you're engaged in making sure that your message is getting out. Here's a question that says, how will our clients know that their email address will not be shared? I didn't see anything that told them that. I think that's really good feedback. And Colin, it's something we can easily add. There's two things that we want to make sure clients know. First of all, we only want your first name, and your email address will not be shared. So that's good feedback, and something we can look at, maybe having a little pop-up, a little note to say your email address will not be shared. That's a great point. There's someone who asked, how do you get to the review manager? You guys have really good questions. So in your portal, you log into the portal, and on the left-hand side of your dashboard, you will see the ability to get to the review manager. Maybe I'll just quickly change it back to Colin, and Colin, you can show that one more time.
Sure. All right. So once we've logged into our portal, well, step one is going to be logging back into the portal. You can see right here, there's this applications pane, and it's going to be, if you have all the default settings, it'll be the fourth item in your application list. And you just click this, and it'll launch the review manager. Alternatively, you can also access it through this drop-down menu, which is a duplication of this application list, which has the review manager link there as well.
Great. Someone else asked is there a way for us to take reviews already in Yelp and have them show up on our web page? And the answer is you should not do that. You want clients to submit those reviews. So if you have a positive review on Yelp, send them a note. You should know who that client is, and ask. You should always feel comfortable asking clients for reviews or referrals, or to leave comments. So ask them, hey, I really appreciate the review that you put on Yelp. Would you mind going to my website and saying, something nice, or saying the same thing on my website? That way you have their name, address, and you have approval from them to be able to publish that review. I think that's the key, is that you want to make sure that people have the approval for you to use their review information, and the way you do that is by having them fill that information out on your website. Another great question: if the website owner, you the firm, doesn't approve a review that comes in the website, can the client still post the review to the social media site? It's a really good question. Any client can post any review to a social media site. You can't stop them from doing that. What we have done is only encourage or only facilitate customers who leave a 4 or 5-star review to go and post it on the outside review site or your Google or Yelp page. So it's real important to note the difference. Yelp or Google or any outside review site really wants to promote the ability for an exchange of information that's not that hasn't been manipulated in any way. It's one of the reasons why sometimes clients ask me, can I have my website up in my office and have people leave reviews right there in my office? And the outside review sites know what the IP address that a review is coming from, and they will reject reviews that come from the same IP address. So you want people to leave reviews from their own computer. You never want to have them do that on your computer. Additionally, that you want to make sure that people, even if you have feedback, positive or negative, you want to get that feedback. All we're trying to do is facilitate it through your website so that you can control the feedback process rather than waiting for them to go to an outside review site. Encourage everybody, happy or sad, to go to your website. And if they are happy, we will prompt them to leave that same review on the outside review site right while they're doing reviews, rather than you coming around later and asking them to do it later. I hope that's clear. They have a question, can we post on LinkedIn? Yes, you can leave LinkedIn. Colin, correct me if I'm wrong. You can have LinkedIn as one of your outside sites, or you can go to your LinkedIn page.
Yeah, you can, under the Add New Review Site button, you can add any website. It doesn't have to be one of the large review websites.
Right. We just default to the ones that are mostly. But yes, if you want people to leave a review on LinkedIn, you can just have that as one of the options. I do this webinar for other verticals. You guys have really good questions. Really appreciate that. And we actually passed the half hour. So what I'm going to do, Colin and I will stay on for a little while. I'm going to stop the recording, but we'll stay on for a little while and answer questions online. I really appreciate everyone taking the time to look at this new feature. Don't hesitate to take a look at our website for any other webinars that we have, especially right before tax season. I hope that you have a really great season. I encourage you to create this or to turn on this feature in your site manager, to start collecting reviews from your clients, to start helping promote your business during tax season. So thank you, everyone. This just ends the verbal part of this webinar, and we will continue to stay online for a little bit longer. Thanks.